Bhatia's performance test of intelligence. Emphasis on the word performance. The tests in this battery are completely based on performance, that is, manipulation of concrete items or concrete objects. All items are performance based. It can be administered on illiterates and literates both, and it has separate norms for literates and illiterates. It does not require reading, it does not require writing. So there are no verbal items. As an intelligence test, it measures the analytic and synthetic ability of the subject. So it has five tests. We have pose block design, Alexander's pass along, pattern drawing test, immediate memory, and picture construction. Now we look at the tests one by one, starting with course block design. Originally, it had 17 designs, but 10 designs have been selected as per Collins and Drever. It has total 10 designs. Each design has a different time limit. So this beginning five have a time limit of 2 minutes to be made, and the next five have a time limit of 3 minutes. You initially start with 4 cubes and you show them card one and you demonstrate, and then you ask them to make. If they fail to do it, you again demonstrate. Okay. So on, when you go to card six, add 5 cubes to make a total of 9, and you ask them that now they have to make the design with these 9 blocks. When you move on to card 8, here you add 7 more blocks, and then you ask them that now they have to make the design with total of 16 cubes. Here you discontinue if the subject fails twice in succession. It has a scoring where for the first 5 designs you give a score of 2 if they succeed within 1 minute. Give them a score of 1 if they take within 1 to 2 minutes to make the design, and you give 0 if they fail or if they succeed after the time limit is over. For the next 5 designs, you give a score of 3 if they succeed within 1 minute. If they take 2 minutes, you give a score of 2. If they take 3 minutes, you give them 1. And if they fail to complete or within the time limit they are not able to do it, then you give a score of 0. So the maximum score will be 25 on this test. Then we move on to Alexander's pass along test. Here, originally there were 9 designs, but we use 8 designs now, and we have dropped the third design has been omitted. There is a card and there is a box, and the box has some blocks, right? Now the box have different colors on them, and the participant is supposed to rearrange the blocks just as they see them in the card which is shown to them. So out of these 8 designs, again there is a time limit. The first four designs have a time limit of 2 minutes, and the next four will have a time limit of 3 minutes to be completed. Um, you show them the blocks, give them the box in their hand, and you tell them that uh, the red block is near the blue line and the blue block is near the red line. And you have to now move the blocks within this box, move the blocks around such that the red block comes to the red side and the blue block comes to the blue side. And then you demonstrate, and then you ask the patient to also do it and show. Now, a similar procedure is done for successive cards, for the upcoming cards. And if there is a failure, you demonstrate how to do it, but you don't let them try again, you don't discuss further again, and you discontinue if there are two successive failures. So for the first four designs, you give them two. If they succeed within 1 minute, you give them a score of 1. If they take between 1 to 2 minutes, and you give a score of 0 if they fail or go beyond the time. Again, for the next three designs, for the next four designs, if they complete it within 1 minute, you give a score of 3. If they take between 1 to 2 minutes, you give a score of 2. If they take between 2 to 3 minutes, you give a score of 1. If they fail or if they succeed but take longer than 3 minutes, then you give them a score of 0. The maximum score becomes 20. The third test, pattern drawing test. Now, this test has 8 diagrams in it, and so you call them the 8 subtests. What you actually do over here is um, they are in increasing level of difficulty. So you start with a simpler diagram that they have to trace, and then you move on to much difficult one. Every preceding design will give a clue into how the next design can be made. First four designs, for that the time limit is 2 minutes, and the next four the time limit is 3 minutes. The subject has to subject is given a paper and pencil, and you show them a figure on a card which they have to retrace. So you tell them that they have to recreate or redraw the figure on the sheet of paper that is given to them. However, they are not supposed to redraw on the line that they have already made. They're not supposed to repeat. They are not supposed to lift the pencil off the paper while drawing once they start drawing the figure. And you demonstrate the first design if it is necessary. If there is a failure, you demonstrate it, but you don't let the subject to try that design again. And then you move on to the next design. And if the person fails two twice, you discontinue if they fail two times successive. So they cannot pick up the pencil, not retrace the lines that they have already drawn. And they are given a sheet of paper and pencil. Scoring for this is same as Alexander's pass along test. So for the first four designs, you give a score of 2 if they complete within 1 minute, 1 if they take 2 minutes, and 0 if they're not able to complete it in 2 minutes or if they fail. Again, for the next, you give a score of 3, 2, 1, and 0. And the maximum score for this test for pattern drawing becomes 20. Next is immediate memory test. So it has digits forward and digit backwards, both. Um, for illiterate patients, it uses Hindi consonants. The examiner tells the subject that they will be uh, reading some numbers or something, and the subject has to listen properly, and then they have to repeat what has just been said by the examiner. So for digits forward, you have to repeat it mm, just as I'm saying, and for digits backward, you have to say it backwards. So here they can have a maximum score for digit forward as 9, and for digit backwards, the maximum score that they can have is 6. The final test is picture construction test. Total of 5 pictures. So the pictures are presented in pieces, starting with 2, 4, 6, 8, and 12. 4, 6, 8, and 12. Um, so the examiner would present the pieces and tell them that there are dash number of pieces, that is 2, 4, 6, 8, and 12, and you have to put the pieces together to make a picture. This is for practice. It is discontinued at 2 successive failures. The time limit for the first 3 is 2 minutes, and the last 2 is 3 minutes. This is the time limit. So specifically when it comes to subtest 5, there are 12 pieces. You give 1 to 6 in one stack, and then 7 to 12 in another stack. And the solutions are given in the manual. Now let's look at the scoring. So for pictures 1 to 3, the score given is 2 if completed within 2 minutes, if completed within 1 minute. Score of 2 if completed within 1 minute. Score of 1 if between 1 to 2 minutes, and 0 if succeeded after completion of 2 minutes or if they have failed. So for pictures 4 and 5, the score is given 3 if they take within 1 minute, 2 if they take any time between 1 minute to 2 minutes, 1 if they take 2 to 3 minutes, and 0 if they take more than 3 minutes or if they fail. Or the maximum score that they can get over here is 15. 95 is the maximum score of the battery.